What's up everyone, it's Jason Jani. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to give you a very detailed behind the scenes tour of my Mirror DJ booth. Now, this booth is super dope. I've been using it pretty much the entire year of 2022, and I created it to be a perfect solution for small and for large events. So you might be wondering, how does this work for small and for large events? Well, for small events, this booth can fit in any doorway and pretty much any elevator that we run into in the New Jersey metro market. The booth itself weighs probably somewhere in the area of 400 pounds, so it's not something that I could easily lift up and transport, but it rolls through anything easily. Now, how it works for our larger events is pretty simple. I like to use two of these booths, or booths in tandem, where I have booths set up side by side, and I can actually extend the look of my DJ furniture and the booth as a whole. So you have two booths, same size, next to each other, extending the length and the look of the DJ booth. This right here is a 55-inch toadmatic DJ booth. Now, Toad offers a number of booths in his toadmatic series of DJ booths. This right here was kind of custom made for me. I have black extrusions, and his booths typically come with black or white inserts. What I did is I removed the black and the white inserts that come with the toadmatic DJ booth, and I replaced it with mirror acrylic. Now, the mirror on the sides is not see-through, but the mirror on the front part of the booth is, and behind that piece of mirror acrylic is a 55-inch TLC 4K screen. This allows us to do some really cool things. First and foremost, I love working for wedding couples or companies where I could actually project their monogram, company logo, or something tied to the event theme, and it almost looks like it's etched on the glass. I think it allows us to trick out our booths and really give a custom look for each and every one of our events. Another thing that I think is super important is the skirting. Now, on the toadmatic booths, he typically likes to use fabric skirts, but I think using boards that are cut to size and able to be velcroed onto the actual booth makes it look almost like trim, and it makes it look more of a permanent structure as opposed to something that was brought in for this event, or for any event for that matter. Walking around the booth now, so RJ, if you want to come around this way, I want to kind of talk about the booth itself. So the booth has a couple different levels to it. We're going to start with the top, we're going to work our way down, and I'm going to show you how and what we're using inside the booth. Now, the first thing that I want to go over is our laptop stand. So right up in the corner of each and every one of our booths, we have them secured to the frame of the booth, and these allow us to use computers in different ways. Now, I've run my S11 Serato system to both sides, so I actually have an A and a B system, but the system on the right side, for me personally, is used to do my media and the imaging and any of the content that's sent to the screens or to the Kramer distribution center that I'm going to talk about in a few minutes, as well as lighting control. My DMX software, Show Express, all my events are done with Show Express, sits on this computer. It also has a backup library on it. So if my main computer goes down, that becomes a fully functioning system right here. Now, my computer that I use as a backup lighting media control is a brand new, completely spec'd out 14-inch MacBook Pro. Again, it has everything and anything you're able to stuff into that actual computer body, and it's a beast of a computer. Underneath this computer, if I was to pull this off, we've got our Show Express unit as well as our wireless DMX transmitter. I also keep one of my Astera control boxes here on power. It's always being powered up every time we use it. Working across the booth, today the booth is set up with CDJ 3000, my Pioneer S11. The cool thing about using a system like this is we can interchange these units for whatever we're feeling like using that day or that week or that month. And if you follow enough of my content, you probably realize that I'm always switching my gear in and out. And the reason behind that is it lets me not only keep things fresh, it keeps me working on different pieces of gear, and it makes me feel prepared in the event that I'm going to play somewhere and maybe I'm not going to use CDJs, I'm going to use Rain 12s, or maybe I'm going to use a Rev 7 or an SZ. I have the ability of replacing this stuff really easily, and my whole other system stays intact. So that's the reason why I really like the toadmatic platform for DJ furniture. So again, we're using CDJ 3000s, a Pioneer DJM S11. We've got an access monitor here, which actually shows me everything that I'm sending to the screen. On this side I have my main computer along with my power pre-run, my USB-C pre-run, and an iPhone power cable. I've got some mics on over here. Over here everything is done. Bird actually worked and cut me a frame so that everything stays locked in so the equipment can't slide out in transit. And we use foam, and I've gotten a bunch of different pieces of foam cut. So like if I swap out my CDJ 3000s and I replace them with a Rain 12, I actually will replace the side foam to keep everything nice and tight so it doesn't move around in transport. Underneath the main unit, we've got a rack built in here, and the rack actually has a number of different components. First and foremost, we have our Shure mic kit, and this is the QLXD system by Shure, along with a distribution system for antenna management. It allows you to use multiple QLXD microphones and route them to a single antenna distribution unit, so you don't have to have tons of antennas on here. You can actually extend this with ears and with different things as well. This is just set up with half-wave antennas. Underneath that, I've got my favorite digital mixer, and this is the QSC Touch Mix 8. Underneath that, I've got a 1x8 HDMI distributor, and this allows me to send this signal from my media computer into this box and then send it from this box to 8 different places. One of which the screen in this booth, one of which the reference monitor up top. I actually have HDMI cables run that when we can extend it to the booth right next to it. Makes everything super simple. Kind of working across the booth, inside always got my gaff tape, always got my first 4 megawatt event pump, have a power strip with everything from my Show Express box to a wireless router for a closed network so that everything can be accessed remotely, and a USB hub in here. Underneath that, I've got my oh shit bag. If you haven't seen my video on the oh shit bag, I'm gonna put it at the end of this video. Make sure you check that out. Make sure that you have an oh shit bag in your DJ booth or with you at your DJ events. I've got some other miscellaneous stuff in here. We've got some power distribution by Furman. We've got a drawer that has just some miscellaneous connectors, business cards, paintbrush to get rid of all of our dust. And then we have our Redco patch panel, and we have a front-facing power strip. I like to have this right near my Redco patch panel because if we're working with live musicians and they walk up, maybe when the event's already underway, we can plug into our QSC Touch mixer, and we have power for them as well. So if it's a saxophone player and they're using a mic kit, it's easy to do that. If we're working with a cinematographer and they're gonna access one of our lines out from this mixer, we can actually plug their recording device into our front-facing Triplight power strip, and everyone wins. I think it's great for people that want to charge their phone, and it just allows you to kind of keep things moving in a very, very easy way. This right here is my in-depth mirror DJ booth tour, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna put some links and information in the description field of this video, so if you wanna kind of see the individual components that I'm using in this booth, I'm gonna list them all out in the description field of this video, along with links that you can either buy them or do your own homework and research them, and a whole lot more. If you have questions on the gear, how I'm using the booths, why I'm using the booths, or why you should maybe consider getting a toadmatic booth, throw it in the comments field down below. Now there's a lot of people that use a lot of different furniture pieces, DJ booth kind of builds for their events. I love this one for a lot of different reasons. It allows me to get super custom with my couples. It allows me to get in and out of my events incredibly quick. I can set up this system with audio in less than 20 minutes. And even more importantly, I can break down this system with audio in less than 20 minutes. So we can be in and out incredibly fast when we are on site at someone's event. And that to me makes everything easier. Using furniture like this really should make your life better and easier and give you an elevated experience, a better look. And that's really what I think this booth does a great job. I've already got some things in mind of how I'm gonna trick this booth out for 2023, the upcoming year, and I hope that you would consider sticking around and looking at some of the videos I'm gonna be posting here in the near future to see exactly what I do to this booth and some of my other booths that we have here at my company, the SCE Event Group. Anyway, leave a comment underneath if you have a question about the gear, the booth, or anything at all. And I appreciate you sticking with me to the end of this video. I've got another video about my oh shit bag right over here that I want you to check out. Make sure you smash that video, check it out, and be on the lookout for more content dripping right here on this channel in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Thanks so much for watching.